What's up YouTube? My name is Kozmyk and I'm a pretty low-key Fortnite player, and in today's video I'm going to be going over all my favorite landing spots so far for Chapter 3 Season 1. You can pretty much land anywhere on the map because it's so wide and so spread, and there's loot everywhere. But I'm going to be going over all the places where you can get some kills off spawn and gain some momentum in your arena games. And if you don't play any arena, don't go anywhere because these spots work even better in public matches. Before we get into the video, I just want to say that you can catch me streaming live on Twitch at twitch.tv/KozmykGGs with an S at the end. And also, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Turn those noties on this video. Thanks. So when I say the map is spread out, what I mean is, let me just go down the list. Vending machines and weapon-o-matics are everywhere, literally everywhere. There's no need to even say it, they're everywhere. Upgrade benches are also everywhere, not on every POI and landmark, but just about. There are so many fucking cars on the map. You should never be in the position where you run from somebody and you don't have movement like a pad or something. Just hop in a car. They're everywhere. There's trucks everywhere. There's chonkers everywhere. There's movement. There's so much movement on this map that it really doesn't even make any sense. It's just hidden in ways that you have to actually think about. Next is fish and barrels are everywhere. There's not as much water on this map as there was last chapter, but there's just as much fish and even more harpoons and fishing rods. Also, there are a lot of ice boxes. Last chapter, you could only find ice boxes at so many places, but now they're in every single POI and landmark. Bounty boards are everywhere, except for a few locations like Arid, Frosty, and Shroud. To put emphasis on how you can literally land anywhere, all you need is an MK7 and an SMG and you can probably win a game. Another thing that I want to mention that I don't think a lot of people have noticed because it's new to the game and I've been looting places where I know people have been and I see these unlooted. But those ice chests that look like the little things that you would take to like a tailgate that you put your drinks in, break those things. They have chug splashes. They have the little milk thing in there that you can heal with. Take those. Like, it's so OP. You get two splashes if you get splashes out of it, and there's two of them sitting next to each other at all times. So that's 4 splashes if they both have splashes. Or you could get 4 splashes out of one, which makes it even more busted. So trust me, when I say there's loot everywhere, there is loot everywhere. Alright, now let's get into the spice of the video, the drops. First, I'm gonna get Camp Cuddle out of the way because it's my favorite by far. And the reason I say that is because there's Outpost 5 just to the north of it, and then there's the broadcast bunker just to the east. So you can land just off of it, still rotate in, and probably get about 3 or 4 kills if there's that many people there. The next spot I want to touch on is Windbreakers. I really like this spot because 7 post 1 is right across from it, and then Greasy Grove is not far from there. But you can also snipe the power tower from there, which is a really fun thing to do. If you land here, I recommend obviously going to 7 post 1, hopping on a rift because zone's probably gonna be far. I also really want to stress to be careful, to watch and make sure nobody's landing on you if you land here, because if they land on the bottom of you and you don't know and you land up on the windmills, you're gonna be hurt. Loot Lake is another spot that I think is really good. I mean, I don't think it's really good. It just is because there's so much loot right there. And of course, just like almost every other spot on this list, there's an outpost right by and rifts. Another good thing about Lake though is that there is heavy rotation because it's pretty much the center of the map. So you don't have to worry about going to go find anybody to fight because they're gonna come to you. There's also several fishing spots over here just because it's a lake. So before I talk about this next drop spot, I want to say something that I think I've noticed about the game, or just about the guns in general, is that they're really, really loud. Like, I can hear fights over mountains, like 2 or 3 mountains sometimes. So just be aware that when you're fighting or if you hear someone, don't think you're about to just pull up on them because they might be really far away. And also be careful because though you might have been secluded when your fight started, somebody hears you. I guarantee it. Also, if you haven't played much yet, or you just haven't noticed, the new sniper that has been added to the game has an effect after you shoot it. It gives you a little camera wobble. It doesn't really do too much, but I've also noticed it when I don't even have a sniper, which means that you get a wobble if someone else is sniping near you and you can't even hear it. With that being said, my next spot is Lockers. Obviously, the lake house is a solid drop, so in arena, pubs, it's always been solid. This chapter though, I think this lighthouse is a little bit more solid just because, like I said, it's really, really loud in this game now. And there's 2 different places where you can go and push from. You can go to Sleepy Sound, as always, you know, it's the spot right next to you. Or you can go across to Residence and push there. And of course, you can't forget to mention Crusade Hill, Pinnacle Peak. This place is lit if there's only one person dropping on you, because if you land first, of course it's a free kill. Beyond that though, it's positioned to where you can kind of go any direction. So like if you get zoned, you can go Llama Homestead, you can go 7 Outpost 5, or you can go Happy Camper, you can go Camp Cuddle or Broadcast Bunker. If you get zoned at that spot, you literally can go. Now you can go anywhere if you get zoned anywhere, but that spot in itself has so much value. My next spot on this list is 7 Outpost 2, of course. This spot reminds me of a lot of the Viking video in chapter 1, and God, it lives up to it. You can rift from here and go anywhere on the map. You can rift from here and go anywhere on the map, man. Like that alone just makes it valuable. Originally, these 2 spots were going to be different, but they're super close to each other, and there are 2 other spots that are super close to each other. So I'm gonna wrap these up and say one drop together. So, the Temple and Outpost 3, right next to Daily Bugle. Oh my God! Like, not only is Daily Bugle going to be stacked just because it is the mythic POI for the season, but it has 2 almost POIs right next to it in the Temple and Outpost 3. So basically, this is a hot drop. The Temple, there's so much loot here, and there's so many different walls that players will have to break that you should be able to sneak up on somebody and get a free kill. The Outpost, though, I mean, you know, rifts, henchman chests, all that. The other 2 spots on my list that I was going to accept, but I'm not in the 2, the Ruins and Cuddle Cruisers. these two places are so close to each other that if you don't get them alone, you're gonna have a kill, if not 2 or 3, before you even actually start rotating. And I say that because this map is so huge, if people rotate without fighting, they run the risk of dying without ever getting a kill. So they're gonna push back to the edge of the map because they know you're there, and if you don't kill them, then they got the kill for you, and if not, then you watch this video. Last but not least on my list is my drop spot for chapter 1-3 season 1, Looper Landing. I know that it's really called like the Sanctuary and all the other little spots, but I call it Looper Landing because of my Fortnite series that I do on YouTube. Check that out down below in the description. But I like this spot because it's a lot of little, and that means that there are a lot of people that land on each island. There's also Mighty Monument that has the air vent in the middle, so you got free rotation if zone is far. And there's also several boats and fishing spots. Alright guys, so that's it for this list, but there are a few other spots on the map that I did land on my day of playing that I do like, but I don't really know much of them to put in this video, so I'm just going to name them off here for you. There's Arid Acres, there is Desolate Delta, Frosty Fields, and Shrouded Settlement. I think all these spots are really decent. Probably even for duos, every single one that I mentioned on this list. So if you like them, make sure to go check them out, try it out, see if you like the rotation, see if you like the, and if it works out for you, let me know down in the comments of the video. Also, if you like this, please like the video. Thanks guys, please hit the subscribe button. Later.